Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And I want to thank you for joining us today. And I have a very special guest, Miss Latina Sabb. I call her Miss Tina. She's joining us today. She's going to share some great information with us about her health and wellness journey. Welcome to Thriving After 50, Tina. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, thank you. I'm
Hey.
so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. I know you just got off work. And
hmm
I know you're trying to get to your meal prep for the days, but I'm not going to hold you long. But listen, I'm so excited. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and share with my listening audience about your health and wellness journey. So, first of all, Miss Tina, please share with us who you are and tell us a little bit about what you do.
All right. So I am Latina Sabb. I am originally from Allendale, South Carolina, a small little town in South Carolina, but I live here in Atlanta and I've been here for going on 5 years now. I moved here for my job because I took on a new role as a project manager for General Services Administration. So I do project management for construction projects, and I love it here. I love Atlanta. I'm a homebody, but I do go out and have fun whenever I want to or whenever I'm invited. But for the most part, I love being at home. I love spending time with me. How about that?
I
I
know
love
that's
spending
right.
time with me. But yeah, that's pretty much who I am.
That's good. I tell you what, I think that when you want to spend that time with yourself, I think it's a good thing. And not, some people's like, oh, I don't like solitude, but I think it's a really good thing. It gives you a chance to
hmm
explore and discover some things about yourself. So that's awesome. And I'm a homebody as well, so you're not alone with that one. So let me ask you a question, Tina. What made you decide that you wanted to live a healthier lifestyle?
All right. Well, I would say that I was saying that I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle, but it was prompted by things such as whether I was out of breath whenever I was taking walks, or if I was trying to go up some stairs, or if I put on some clothes and it didn't look right on me, or I just didn't feel right in what I had on. I couldn't find anything to put on that looked good on me. Like those were
Mm,
like those little reasons why I said I wanted to lose weight. But I did not do anything about losing weight or becoming
mm,
healthier until I'd gone to the doctor and I was told that I was a diabetic, that my A1Cs were high.
mm,
And at that appointment, they wanted to put me on medication because my cholesterol was high as well as my A1Cs at that point. And I
mm-hmm,
was just like so in shock and awe because I've always been plus size, but I've never had any, any type of diagnosis, whether it be high blood pressure, diabetes or anything like that. So it just didn't set right with me for me to consider myself a diabetic, right? So I
mm-hmm.
was determined to get my numbers down without medication because they wanted to put me on
Of course.
prescribe me some stuff, but I was like nope, and I was so adamant about giving me the 90 days so that when I
Yes.
came back to my follow-up, if the numbers weren't where they need to be, they can put me on something. But I was determined to get my numbers down because I knew all I had to do was change how much of what I ate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I knew that I was over consuming the wrong thing,
Yes.
so I
Yes.
knew that I
Yes.
could get the numbers down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I just did a podcast about how to lower your cholesterol because and you can do it in 90 days. You can do it in 90 days. It's just some minor lifestyle adjustments. That's what I like to call them, because if your meal portions are on point, if you're drinking your water, you're getting your sleep, and you're eating the right foods, then your A1C is going to drop, period. It's just going to drop. Did your A1C drop from doing those things?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, yes. I just did a podcast on that and was sharing with people how if you can make some minor adjustments, I could almost guarantee you, if you can do those things and in 90 days, I can guarantee you your numbers will be in a different place. And I am so glad that you came on here to basically back up what I had already said to people, because people, I think that once they hear it from someone else who actually, I mean, everybody knows that I did it, but when they hear it from someone else that has done it,
hmm
then it really does make it more believable that they can do it as well. So I am really excited to hear you say that you applied those things and that's what had you to be able to get to the place where you are right now.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what was your biggest challenge through all that though?
I think the biggest challenge was getting out of the habit of doing certain things. So one of my things was that I had to have something sweet every time I ate. So
Mm.
to give you a little bit of history with that, I used to be a vegetarian like maybe over 20 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I became a vegetarian, when I would go places, I had room for dessert because I wasn't eating the meat and a whole bunch of other stuff. I was just eating
Mm-hmm.
pretty much vegetables, and maybe some starches. So
Right.
what I found was that I always had room for dessert no matter where we went because I wasn't eating as much as everyone else.
Right.
And that became a habit for me. I
Mm-hmm.
created that habit, right?
Yep.
So then, fast forward, now I'm no longer a vegetarian. I eat almost any and everything. And so just because I was used to eating something sweet, no matter what I ate, I was still looking
Mm-hmm.
for something sweet. And
Yep.
I just conditioned myself to have that. And
Yes.
that's exactly what I had to undo was the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to have a sweet. I didn't need to
Yes.
have something sweet after lunch and at dinner and a late night snack, if you will. So
Mm-hmm.
the hardest thing was just deprogramming myself to believe that I needed something that I didn't need. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And and that's the thing. The thing about habits is that we don't always pay attention to our habits. We really don't. And we do stuff without even thinking about it. It's like
Mhm.
eating dessert after you eat and it's easy to form that habit. But then you have to be aware that it is a habit
Right.
because you can't change it if you don't know that it's a habit that you don't want, that it's unwanted habit. It's like I always tell people, here's a habit that you don't pay attention to, and every person on the planet does this and they don't even think about it. You put your sock on the same foot every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. You don't think
Mm-hmm.
about it. You just lift your foot up and you put your sock
Yep.
on the same foot every single day. And every human being on the planet does it. Everybody
Yep.
does it. We don't think about it, we just do it. However, if we want to change that habit of putting it on the same foot every day, we have to become aware that we're putting it on the right foot every day. And if we want to change it to the left foot, then we have to be aware that we want to change it to the left foot. So when we go to put it on the right foot, we have to say, nope, I'm
Mhm.
changing this habit. And then we have to put it on the left foot. Now, that takes time to break that habit because you've been doing it all your life.
Right.
And habits don't just, you just can't turn a habit off like that because you've been doing it for so long and you do it unaware.
Right.
So because you became aware of your habit, you were able to change your habit.
Yes, ma'am.
And that and
Yes,
that's the
ma'am.
and that's the good thing. We have to become aware so that we can acknowledge and then make the adjustments, the necessary adjustments. So once you made that adjustment with not having sweets, how long did that take you, by the way?
You know what? It did not take long. It was so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew I would be able to do it. But when I thought about being a diabetic, it was just something that made it easy. But I
I
felt like
know
I was
that's
too
right.
young to be considered a diabetic. I knew
Yes.
I did not want to give myself insulin. So
Yes.
all of those things kind of made it easy
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like I got some get right about myself. So
Okay.
it really was not that hard. Now, did I eat some sweets? Yes, I did. There were some
Yes.
times when I ate it,
Yes.
but it was very, 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 very far and few in between
Yeah. Yeah.
when I
But
would consume. Hmm.
but you know what? I think the sad part for us as humans is that we shouldn't have to wait until something drastic or we get a diagnosis that make us do something. You know what I'm saying? We should be
Hmm.
aware of what it is that we're doing so that we don't get to the point. Because what if you didn't have the mindset that you didn't want to be a diabetic and you just said, okay, well, I just have to live with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Exactly.
mean, you could have
Hmm.
easily have said that. You could have easily have said that
Hmm.
and start taking the medication. But you made a conscious decision that that's not the lifestyle that you wanted to live. You didn't want to be on medication. You didn't want to take insulin. You wanted to eliminate the diagnosis, period, altogether.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now, how is your A1C now?
Oh gosh, the last time I had my A1Cs checked, they were down to like five in the low fives. I think it was low five or yeah, very low five or high fours. It was
Wow,
somewhere in there. It was definitely
wow,
in the fives. Okay, so it
wow.
was it was yeah
That's
yeah
awesome. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I mean, to be able to do that and be so diligent about it. But you know what? I think that for some of us, because I went through the same thing. You know, I got the same in the same day I got diagnosed with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. I already knew I had acid reflux and I was overweight, all in one day. And I sat in that parking lot and I cried because the doctor said, you can walk out of here and have a massive stroke or a heart attack. You know,
Mm.
and I said to myself, I said, you know what, I got to do something different. I can't stay in this place because, you know, I was only 55 at the time. I'm like, I don't want to die prematurely over something that I can change.
Preventable. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can change that. We don't have to live with high blood pressure. We don't have to live with diabetes. We don't have to live with that. And even for people that are on medication, let me say this because I have proven that this is a true statement. I had a gentleman that I was working with who had been on insulin for years. He had horrible habits, but I worked with him and that man was able to come off of insulin. You hear me? Off of
Wow.
it completely, and he is no longer, it's been like 4 years and he is not on insulin anymore. And even though the doctors told him he would have to be on it for the rest of his life, he got his numbers down to a 4 and the doctors didn't have a choice but to take him off.
That's right. That's right.
They
Couldn't justify it.
that you can't justify that. So if you work on getting your numbers down between 4 and 5 with your cholesterol, if you're on medication, here's what I can tell you: the doctor will have to take you off that medication. He will have to, or she will have to take you off. And that is such good news, Tina, that you, number one, you didn't start taking the medication. That's awesome. And number two, you made a decision that you were going to change your habits and do something different so that you would not have to be on medication. And you wanted to eliminate the diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there was key because you had made up your mind, say, I'm not living with this.
That's right.
I'm not living with this. So that is awesome. Um, So tell me, how's things going for you now?
So now my journey has transitioned to weight loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going well. And so let me just say this about I guess it was about 12 weeks ago. No. Yeah, 12 weeks ago, I decided that, in the group that we're in, I decided
Mm-hmm.
that my goal would be to lose 10 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when I created this goal for myself, I figured I just need to put something out there because again, it goes back to what would be nice to lose some weight. That way, I won't feel no type of way when I try to put some clothes on. So
Mm-hmm.
I had it on there as a goal and figured, okay, well, hey, if I hit it, it's good. I'm gonna try, you know. But I tell you what, listen,
Come on with it. Come on with it, girl.
I would not have my progress would not be where it is, had you not taken your initiative
Yes.
and hold me accountable.
Yes. Yes.
And my journey is going very well. I've lost, as a matter of fact, today I said, you know what? Let me just get on the scale. I'm down 13 pounds in the
Wow.
last 12 weeks now, 12, 13 weeks. So 13
Yes.
weeks now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my journey is going very well because you have helped me. You have been accountable, or you made me accountable, but then you're also accountable to holding me accountable. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And so, and your inspiration, motivation, I'm telling you, that's what keep me together, even when I don't want to be. Because let me tell you something, I could cheat on myself in a minute. I've done that for years. That's why I'm in the position that I'm in. But because you are there in my ear, you are on my text. You just send me the text in the morning. I said, my God, you send me text so early. I ain't even got time to make no mistakes. I say, oh my goodness, I just woke up. I ain't even got time to make no mistakes up in there. So
That's
thanks
right,
to
honey.
you,
I be
my
trying to get you
journey
so I can get your mind right as soon as you wake up.
is right there, people. I'm trying to tell y'all, it is so true, y'all. She right there. She right there, and she throughout the day.
Yes, 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 yes.
So
But
yeah.
we have to be when we have someone holding us accountable, it
Hmm.
does, it makes things a lot better for us because even when we don't feel like it, we feel like, you know what? Okay, she done sent this text message. I got to get up and do something. You're not gonna just lay there and not do it.
Because I say, darn, now I got to reply. I can't just reply
Okay.
with nothing. I got to
Eh,
reply with something. I got to reply after I don't walked, and I try to wait till I done did something. I'd be like, well, let me do something first before I'm telling you, I'm
Oh
like, I can't. I mean, no, I got to do something. I got to be able to reply with an
I
update.
know that's right. I know that's right. And it's good too because, I text you and you'll text me back with what you do. And I just give you those little
Hmm.
reminders, those little nudges just to make sure that you're on point with everything. And here's one thing I want to mention. I know people are doing all this Ozempic and Wegovy and all this other stuff. And that's good for those people who want to do that because I just don't know. There's just so many side effects to that. But I also believe that, the way that you're losing the weight, even if it's a pound a week, the good thing is that when you get to your goal weight, you won't have to worry about it coming back
Hmm.
for several reasons. Number one, you you created a habit, you develop routines, and now it's a lifestyle because you've even mentioned to me it's like you have your cheat day, but you say I only ate a half a cookie or I had a thin cookie. You're more aware of what you're doing now. It's you're just not all over the place with it now. You're more aware of what your goal is and what it takes for you to be able to reach your goal. So even if it's just a pound a week, that is a major accomplishment, and you should always pat yourself on the back. That's a win. That's a win, even if
Yeah,
it is 1 pound a week. That's a win.
that's right. And you're right. And I do celebrate it. And you know what? I was talking to Dr. T, and I was telling her that so my average is about a pound a week, just like
Mm-hmm.
you're saying. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
losing it slow and steady.
Yes.
But I noticed that my weight change I won't see the weight loss until about day 9.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when I get on that day 7, I said, now I know you lying. I know you lying. I know I ain't gained no weight. Not I don't work that last week. Somebody around here lying. And so, but what I notice is to give it a day or two,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll reflect, the actual weight loss. So yes, but I'm learning to appreciate slow and steady because when the way I'm doing it, and I'm not even working as hard as you have pushed me to, as
Mm-hmm.
much as you have encouraged me to, that's not even giving maximum. And I can still lose, and I've still lost
Yes.
a pound a week and can still lose a pound a week based off of, what you have told me to do. And
Mm-hmm.
that's without even going 1,000%.
Yes, 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 yes. And a pound a
Hmm.
week is good because, like I said, with the way that you're losing it slow and steady, you don't have to worry about it coming off. And for people who lose weight quickly, they're not developing good habits. They're not developing a routine, and it's not gonna turn into a lifestyle because they don't have that foundation. You took the time to set the foundation, and that's the reason why you are where you are. And
Hmm.
even though you have your cheat day, and you've even said you've even held back sometimes on your cheat day. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you because the awareness that you have and your consistency is the reason why you are where you are. And I'm gonna tell you, the next 12 weeks, oh man, it's gonna be awesome, and it's only gonna continue to get better and better because you know. You hit that wall after the 12 weeks, and then guess what? Then you got to, kind of revamp your program a little bit. And that's what you did. And now, guess what? And now you're going to the next level. And that's awesome. That's
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
that's so awesome, and I'm so glad that I have been able to, be a part of helping you on your journey, and I really do try to help so many people, on their journey because you do have to have that accountability. You do have to have someone
Yes.
holding you accountable to make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Now, I know you do meal prepping. Tell us about what you do when you do your meal prepping.
Okay, so my routine, because again, had to learn you have to create new routines and new
Yes,
habits, right?
yes, ma'am.
So typically on the weekends, I go to our fresh market, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go there and I get my fresh vegetables. So my last run, I picked up some cabbage and I picked up some broccoli. Now before then, I did the greens. I was
Mm-hmm.
doing the greens when I was doing the detox. When you told me to go through the period of detox,
Yes.
so that's what I ate every day. No matter what I ate, I incorporated that in my meals. At least 5 out of 7 days, but most of the time 7.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, I have my cabbage. I'm back on. I haven't go doing cabbage again this week, and then I'm also doing some broccoli. So
Good.
I go and I pick up my fresh fruits and vegetables every week. Like that's my thing. That's just like running an errand. That's like going to work,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
then I drink my green tea. I go in there and I put my tea on,
Mm-hmm.
and I consume that throughout the day with water. So
Yes.
like yesterday, I noticed that I drank more green tea throughout the day and less water. So this morning, I was telling Dr. T, I said, I'm starting off with water today because I drank more green tea than I did yesterday. But
Yes.
those are the things that I'm going to eat and drink regardless
Right.
to what I may have in addition to. So that's my thing. And so like when I get off this call, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fix my cabbage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to have my broccoli so that it's ready, so that I
Yes.
can just go in there and heat it up. I don't have to figure out what I'm going to eat, because if I do, it's going to get easy. It tempts me to go do something real quick and real fast.
Yes.
Even though my choices are different now, but still I could save money by having it ready. I could save calories by having it ready.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's just
Yes.
convenient that way. Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. And the other thing too is that, you're not starving to death. You're not starving yourself. Tell me, how was the detox for you? How did you feel after the detox?
Oh, I felt good because I could tell that my body was becoming more regular.
Mm-hmm.
So I used the restroom more often, which was good.
Yes,
So I felt
yes.
like I was getting rid of,
Mm-hmm.
all the solids. So I, was drink with the water, the tea, and the greens. I mean, it kept me on. I was on a cycle. I was on a routine. I had almost a schedule even for using the restroom, and
Yes.
I knew that, okay, well, hold on, I should be going to the bathroom right about now. So like it was really helpful to me, and then to the point to where in and with the movement, because that's really what my goal was more than anything, was to create movement at that
Yes.
time.
Yes.
um I felt it in my body. It got easier for my body to move.
Ooh, that's awesome.
So it was a great experience. It really was, even to the
Good.
point to where, even like I say now, I do the same thing. I go to the store
Mm-hmm.
and I go get my vegetables and stuff, and I have
Yes.
my, yeah. And actually I'm going to probably get back on it probably in the next week or two. I'll
Yeah.
probably come back and bring some of the greens back in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Hmm.
and it's good for you because what you want to do is you definitely want to detox and get anything flush out anything that in your digestive system, and it does help you to lose weight. It absolutely does help
Uh-huh.
you to lose weight, and that's good. Yeah, I wanted you to share that experience with the greens because that's like my go-to detox is give me some greens, but I take kale, collards, collard greens,
Yes.
mustard greens, and spinach, and mix them all. Put them in one pot, honey. And I'm gonna tell you, I had myself a feast: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Seriously.
Ooh, I did. You know what? I did the same thing except spinach. I didn't even think to put the spinach in it.
Yes, ma'am, honey. I throw it
But I
all in
mixed
the
all the
pots.
greens.
Yes. I call it the G bomb.
Ooh.
That's what I call it, the G bomb.
I like that. Okay, next time I'm gonna try it with the spinach.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's so, I mean, and just the nutrients that your body is getting from those greens, and it's affecting your digestive system. I'm telling you, if you ain't regular, honey, go on a green detox and you
Yes.
will be regular. I can promise you that, okay? I can
That's for sure.
promise you that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Tina, listen, I appreciate your time. Is there any closing remarks that you would like to leave with the audience to share something with them that might be able to benefit them?
Yes, ma'am. I really would. I would say to anyone out there, because I know if you're like me, you listen to podcasts on health because you know that you want to or need to, and you think about joining the gym because you feel like you need to or you want to. But if you are not motivated to do it on your own right now, get you a coach, someone who can help you get
Yes.
motivated, even if you don't feel like doing it.
Yep.
Because once you get started, your body will get used to it, and your body will thank you. Your body will want to do the things that you didn't want to do before. As a matter of fact, your body ain't gonna feel right if you don't do it.
That's right.
But you have to get started, like absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at this point, it doesn't matter how you get started, whether somebody had to beg you, whether you cried, whether somebody got on your nerves to get you to walk. I don't care how. Get started.
Yes.
All you need is a jump start.
Yep.
Okay, get a jump start. Get your body movement moving.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some accountability, no matter what that look like, walking outside, walking around the neighborhood. But don't allow yourself to continue to listen to a podcast and not take action. Read a book and not take action.
Absolutely.
Listen to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Watch other people and
Yes.
do nothing about it. You really do owe it to yourself. And sometimes you do need help. And if that help is in the form of a coach, get yourself a coach. Get yourself a trainer
Yes.
so that you can get up and get started. I'm telling you, I did things that I didn't feel like doing because Coach G was on me. And now nobody have to tell me about working out. Folks know I'm going to work out here. I work out here in my downstairs. I'm going to put a video on no matter how long my day is. I worked out last night at 9 something, almost 10 o'clock,
Wow.
because I knew I needed to get it in and I had a
Yes.
long, busy day. But it didn't start like that. It started with someone pushing me and me not wanting to reply that I didn't do anything. So it
Yes.
forced me to do something.
Yes.
So get started. Just get
Yes,
started.
yes,
That's
yes, 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 yes. Tina, I thank you so much for your transparency and sharing with the audience, because this is real deal stuff. You know what I'm saying? You are
yeah.
a real person that have experienced this stuff, and the challenges and what you're doing and how it's benefiting you and where you are. And even though you haven't completed your journey, you're still on this journey and you are consistent with it. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that you decided to take your health serious, regardless of whether the
Yeah.
doctor told you was diabetic or not. You decided, you know what, I'm not living with this, and you did something
Mm.
about it.
Yes,
And you
ma'am.
did
Yes,
something
ma'am.
about
Thank
it.
you so much.
And I
Yeah.
appreciate that, and I appreciate you stopping by today, and sharing with our audience, and letting them know what they can do it too. So I appreciate you, Tina. Thank you so much. Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Thriving After 50 Mind, Body, Soul. But before I get out of here, I got to give a shout out to my listeners here in the United States, Canada, Australia, Federation of Russia, Mexico, Belgium, Ireland, South Africa, Brazil, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Ukraine, Kuwait, India, Hong Kong, and I just picked up the Dominican Republic. Thank you all so
Woo!
much for listening. My listening audience is growing every week. I thank you all for listening. Listen, if this podcast has been a benefit to you, please like it, love it, share it with someone who it may be a benefit to, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me, write me a review, and I really appreciate y'all so much. And I hope that this podcast has helped you and been a blessing to you. I appreciate you. And remember, knowledge applied is power. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the next level.